Or, yeah, this might work. Okay. All right. Let's get Sonny hooked up here. Good boy. Oh, you good boy. I think Sonny's kind of in a timeout situation over here. He's kind of off by himself in isolation. Start seeing him here in a second. Yeah, just checking his. Looks like he threw a and I don't see his, see the shoe. Looks like he's saying hello over there. I don't see his shoe in the stall, or he's got a pretty big area out here. I don't see his shoe, but he's missing one on his back right. So hence another good reason why it's a good idea to get your horses adjusted, because you know, you guys, there's not always somebody out here to see this stuff. And you don't want your horse walking around without a shoe. And a lot of times people that feed your horses, if you're at a full service boarding facility, you know, they're not really paying attention to that stuff. So I get to see a lot of shoe foot issues, a lot of foot issues in general. Good boy. Looks like he was laying in his poop. Gotta love that. Good morning, Cindy. Love to see you on here. Thank you so much. Man, I wish there was a way to blow up the comments on YouTube Live so they'd be more visible like you can on TikTok. All right, well, this is Sonny. He's a big old dopey thoroughbred, but he's a good boy. He can get a little pissy at the beginning, usually when I'm working on his hind end. But by the end of his adjustment, he's nice and sweet and calm and relaxed. It just can kind of take him a minute. But he's acting like he's been kind of lonely, like he's happy to have somebody out here. So let's just see how he is today. Whoa, buddy. He just wants to get all up close and personal with you guys this morning, apparently. Good boy. So most of the time on horses, I start in the hind, and he can be a little bit pissy with it. So with him, he's one of those horses where I just take my time, get him comfortable, and then he's really good. But you can see kind of just a little bit of a pill, wants to walk around and move around a bunch, not really interested in standing still. But this is always how he is at the beginning, and then he'll calm down and be good. But you know, each horse is different. They all have their own don't pin those ears at me. They all have their own personalities, and so you just kind of have to adapt. See, there we go. Here he comes. Now he's waking up. Okay. Feels a little stuck in the neck on his left side. And you can see he's pretty twitchy up here by the wither, especially, hey, knock it off. Especially on the right side. You can see him kind of getting a little pissy here. But man, what did you do to your face, buddy? Man, I don't know if that's something new. He's got a big old dent in his face. Holy cow. You good boy. So Sonny's young though. I believe he's 4. And so You know, young horses are just like toddlers. They're gonna test you. And if you let them get away with their crap, they're just gonna continue to do it, and they'll get worse and worse and worse. So you gotta just kind of keep them in check while you're working on them. That's a good boy. Especially a horse this big, right? Because if he ends up thinking he can get away with stuff, you can get hurt. So gotta stay on top of him. Good boy. Hey, whoa, good boy. He's just stomping around. There's some flies out here. Holy moly. Speaking of toddler, sounds like there's somebody out there getting taught a lesson. Good boy. So he's a little stiff on his left side, and he's probably a little sore on that foot from pulling that shoe off. So you can see, like, he's just a little bit pissy, just kind of ouchy. Oh, oh. And this is just how he normally is at the beginning. Just takes him a minute to warm up and start to relax. But definitely have had a lot of people clients like that too, you know. But you can start just by kind of letting them know, hey dude, it's all right, my man. Everything's gonna be cool. And then give him a chance to correct himself. Good boy, good boy. Let him figure it out. And if he doesn't stop and he gets more aggressive, then you kind of have to take it to the next level. Oh, I know. Hey. See the ear pinning and coming around. I don't mind if horses bring their heads around while I'm working on them. You know, if it's in a spirit of curiosity, that's great. But if they've got if they got the ears pinned and they come around, then they get told no. Oh, stop. See? So you can see he's kind of ramping up his behavior. And if he does that, you got to put a stop to it right away. And that's what people don't understand. Like, I had a Instagram post go pretty viral a couple of weeks ago, and I had to reprimand a horse, and so many people got bent out of shape, like, oh my gosh, I'm hurting it, I'm messing up his neck, that's abuse, blah, 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 blah. But you got a bunch of dog owners or small animal owners watching and thinking that dogs and horses, need to be reprimanded in the same way. And couldn't be farther from the truth. Good boy. Everybody knows, if you've been watching me for a while, that I care about these horses. And I would never do anything to hurt them. But hey. But number one priority is keeping yourself safe. These guys are, he's probably 1,300 pounds. And you got to keep yourself safe while you're working on these guys. And, if they're in a herd and he tries to bite another horse in the herd and he's not the alpha, he's going to get bit back, or he's going to get kicked. They reprimand each other and they train each other, very physically. And me smacking the horse in the muzzle or wrapping him, up under his belly, like, that's nothing to him. I'm not hurting him at all. But he needs to understand that he's not the alpha in the situation, because if he believes he's the alpha and he's dominant, then that really makes me vulnerable to getting hurt. So, and you can see, like, he's really calmed down a lot already. Still was doing that little ear pinny, but when he saw me raise my hand up, he moved away. Good boy, good boy. See the ears up, eyes, face soft? That's totally fine. He can come around like that all day. But the minute he pins those ears and comes around, that's a no-no. Good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. A horse that doesn't know his place in the hierarchy, whether that's in the herd or whether that's with people, is a very scared, nervous, dangerous horse. A horse that understands his place is a very calm and very safe horse. All right, so enough with that. So he's already chilling out, doing a lot better. And I'm just sitting here working the withers because he was sore up here at first. So I'm just trying to get these to relax, make him feel good. You know, when they feel good, obviously they're gonna relax and let you do what you need to do. That's beautiful. All right, so I'm just gonna laterally flex him a little bit. So I'm gonna bring him to the left, let him go back to center, bring him back to the left, let him go back to center. Easy, buddy. Let me see, let me go into extension on his pelvis. Good boy. Hey, So stop. So you see the tension in his face, you can see his ears going back. That's no. That's not tolerated. Good boy. Hey. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. It's funny because I love on these guys. I scratch on them all the time. I give them pets, you know, always loving on them. And everybody loves that. But the minute you do something to reprimand their bad behavior, it's like, oh, you're abusive, your ego, you know, you're just trying to dominate him. And it's like, man, the last thing I want to do is, you know, have to discipline these horses. Like, I'm there to adjust them. If the horses aren't well behaved because the owners didn't train them properly and teach them ground manners, that's on them. You know, either the horse doesn't get adjusted because they're trying to bite, or I give them a little bit of discipline and teach them that I'm not accepting that behavior, and they get adjusted. It's up, you know, it's up to me at the end of the day. But if your horse is dangerous and, you know, it's not a safe animal to be around, I'm sure as hell not going to get kicked or bit because your horses weren't trained properly, you know. Oh. And then they're gonna walk around being sore and continue to have all these issues because I wasn't willing to teach them their proper ground manners. Nope. Oh, hello everybody. Got a little soapbox there. Awesome, thanks Cindy, you are awesome. Yeah, thank you guys. Good morning, hope you guys are enjoying the live. Just did a live on TikTok. I usually go back and forth between TikTok and YouTube, so if you don't want to miss any of my lives, please consider following me on TikTok and also subscribing here to my channel. Good boy. So this is what I want him to do, is come around and touch. Oh, there we go. Really nice release in that lower neck. And if you were on here when I was initially doing some motion palpation and static palpation, I even mentioned that he feels a little stuck on that left side. So that was really good. And if I'm rotating them around using the pressure point, I want them to come and touch my hand. And they can rotate around, but they can't quite get to where I'm touching, then I'm just gonna kind of irritate it and try to dig a little bit harder to get them to come around enough to get the neck to release so that they can have full range of motion and cervical rotation. And that was that little release that you heard was there's his 6th cervical vertebrae releasing there. So let's try this one. A little bit more, come on buddy. There we go. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. That's a good boy. Good boy. That's a good boy. Good boy. So that's a pressure point in the shoulder that gets them to come around and touch. If you want to learn how to do that, I have a whole equine stretching course on my website. The link's in the description. It's an equine stretching masterclass. You can go online and check that out. But I teach you how to do that pressure point and a whole bunch of others, and about 25 or 26 stretches for your horse. How are gentlemen? Thank you guys. Thanks for hitting those likes. I really appreciate it. It's so difficult to get likes on YouTube. It's really strange. On TikTok I did a live this morning and I had about between 200 and 220 people watching. I was like 250 people watching at one point. And I had 12,400 likes. but I can have the same amount of people watching on YouTube and I'll end up with like 40. It's so weird how it's so different from platform to platform. But you know, the more likes and shares and subscribers we get, the more YouTube goes, oh, people will like that content, and they'll share it, especially to people that are interested in horses. So love the interaction. And oh, that is really, really stuck. Let's see. So can you see how easy that is for him? Like, just comes right around. Like, that's just no problem for him. But watch when I try to do the same thing here. He just wants to keep his head straight. Like, he's really, oh, there we go. Really tight coming around to this side. And we could see that when I was asking him to come around and touch the shoulder. That's a good boy. Just tight and restricted, not really wanting to break over at his pole there. Little pissy after that one, so I'm just gonna give him a minute and then we'll go on to the next thing. Oh shoot, I didn't realize that, Cindy. That makes sense. So if you double tap your screen on YouTube, you can only do that once as well, I'm assuming. That's a good boy. There we go. So you can see his initial reaction was a little pissy. Now his head's coming down, ears are up, eyes are getting soft, like he's falling asleep. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. See, I don't mind them touching me with their muzzles as long as their ears are up and face is soft. But if those ears go back and then he comes over and touches, that's not allowed. See, when a horse does this after I do an adjustment, I almost want to just be like, okay, you know, that's enough. You're ready for a nap, you're nice and relaxed. You know, what more do I need to do? But I still need to check his legs and make sure I get him fully adjusted here. Oh my goodness. Thank you, that's amazing. Oh, hey, Single, if you're gonna spam my channel, I'm gonna remove you, buddy. So please don't do that. Hey there, gorgeous. Good morning. This is Sunny. I had to reprimand him once, so I'm gonna get a lot of hate again like I did on my Instagram. You might have some work to do after this one. All right, so let's check his pole. It's been extension. Good boy. Hey, 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 hey. Good boy. Oh, all right. So we got a little tightness up here. Left side actually feels good at his pole, but his right side, you can see that. All right, so here's left side, no problem. Here's right side, right side, right side. Okay, ouch. Let's check his TMJ. TMJ is good on the right side, left side, good as well. I'm betting that his hyoid on his right side is going to be sensitive. So checking the left side. Left side's fine. Let's check the right side. Ah, I'm wrong. Lost my money. Oh, wait. Oh boy, there it is. There it is. Let me check this side on the same area. Yeah, so you can see that. Nothing there, and I'm digging pretty good. No sensitivity there. But if I check here, right there, that's ouchie, right? So look, we got ouchie on the hyoid, we got ouchie on the pole. Most people would go, oh, that's a pole issue. He needs to be adjusted up there. And they'll do all this work on the pole. They'll put they put the MagnaWave or whatever, their PEMF machine of choice. They just wrap it around their head and pulse the TMJs and pulse the pole. I mean, it's ridiculous, all right? And they're thinking, oh, it's a pole problem or it's a TMJ problem. And they don't ever come up under here and check for hyoid stuff. Now, there's a muscle that goes from the back of the hyoid up to the top of the pole. It's called the occipitohyoid muscle. And if they're sore here at the insertion of that muscle, they're also going to be sore at the origin. So a lot of times, if you just fix this hyoid issue, you'll fix the pole issue as well. So I'm going to show you how I do that. Good boy. So I'm going to show you how I do that, which is I take the tongue out to the opposite side. Now the one thing you got to do when you do this is be very careful of their canines, and he's got some pretty big ones. So I'm just going to go right in front of the premolars, behind the canines, and bring and bring the tongue out. Oh, buddy. So you can see he's chewing, but I'm not getting my fingers chewed off. His tongue is so freaking slippery. Jesus. Let's see. And I'm just going to try to take that thing out to the side. He's just pulling it into the back of his mouth. Like he's trying to play with my fingers. Good boy. So this is not what he's supposed to be doing, but I'm just going to let him do it because I can feel that he's really pulling that tongue back into the right. And you can see what he's doing with his pull. Like, we're getting a lot of movement there. So I'm just going to wait and see if he'll relax. I really want to get that tongue out, but he's pulling it all the way to the back of his mouth. And I can't reach it. All right, let's let him reset for a second. Worst comes to worst, if I can't get the tongue out, I'll just do some direct muscle palpation and try to just do a little bit massage on those hyoid muscles and see if I can't get him to relax. Let's see. Oh, come on, buddy, give me that. Oh. Almost. Ah, it's slipping. Come on, big man, let me have it. Oh my gosh. Come on. Ugh. This is normally not this hard. Oh, son of a bitch. Stop. It's going to be a blooper reel. Oh. Come on, let me have it. Jesus. You're going to get it. Come on, buddy. There. Good. All right, now I'm just going to try to keep his tongue out. You can see it right between my thumb and index finger. And I'm not pulling on this thing hard. I'm just applying enough tension so that he keeps it out of his mouth. And you see he'll try to pull it back in, pull it back in, pull it back in. And I'm just applying enough tension so that when he relaxes those muscles, the tongue stays out. And I want it to just keep coming out and keep coming out. And when I feel him relax, he's really pulling. And that really, if he's trying to pull the tongue back into his mouth this direction, it's these muscles up under here on the right side doing the work. So he'll pull and then he'll relax, then he'll pull, there we go, and then he'll relax. And I'm just waiting for him to stop doing all that pulling so that the tongue relaxes out here, and then I'll let it go. That's pretty dang good. So he's pulling just a little bit. So I'm just gonna let him do this until kind of stops it. There, you can see how far the tongue's coming out now, right? And I'm not pulling hard. There, one more, there's a big pull. There, and I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna give that to him for a second. Yeah, he's got a big personality on him. So after I do that one, I always give them a minute or two just to kind of chill out and yawn and chew and take deep breaths and do whatever they want to do after that one. Oh, it's a good boy. So you can see how he's just calming down and being super sweet. Where at the beginning he was like, like don't touch. Is tongue attached to the muscle? Is tongue attached to that muscle? So the tongue, I wouldn't say the tongue is attached to a muscle. I mean, the tongue is moved by the muscles, right? The tongue is just a bunch of soft tissue. And there's obviously muscles attached to the tongue that make the tongue move. And those muscles attached to the hyoid that's underneath here between his mandibles. So it's up under here. And so if they've got any spasms in those muscles or tightness or pain in those muscles, you'll see horses kind of go, ah, like they'll be moving their tongue and they'll be holding their head off to one side. Like say you're trying to look their muzzle out to the right. They just do all, you know, they'll head toss and they'll do all kinds of weird stuff with the head and neck. Oh, there's a pop in the pole, just as a result of those muscles being tight and sore. And the hyoid has muscles that attach obviously at the pole like I talked about, but there's also a omohyoid muscle. Omo stands for shoulder. And so you have a muscle that attaches at the hyoid and goes all the way down to the shoulder. So if you've got issues at the hyoid, you can have issues with movement at the shoulders as well. And if you have a shoulder issue, you can have an issue at the hyoid. So it really affects a whole lot of different parts of the body. Good boy. I use the tongue to help, because if you can get the tongue out and you can get them to work the tongue and try to pull it back into their mouth, the muscles will contract to pull the tongue in, and then they'll relax. You can pull the tongue out, and then they'll contract to pull it in and relax to pull it out. And every time they relax, you're helping to stretch the muscles that control the movement of the tongue. You can get that lactic acid out of there, and then you can make them feel a whole lot better. So let's check that hyoid one more time. Let's see if he tosses. Look. Look at this. I mean, I'm not holding his head still. He's not moving at all. And that's all it is, just taking the tongue out to get those hyoid muscles to relax. So let's check his pole. So here's left side, and here's right side. Okay? Right side, you can see there's a little sensitivity there still, so I'm gonna take care of that. Sometimes you have to take care of the insertion and the origin of the muscle. And so I already took care of the insertion on the hyoid. So now we'll take care of the origin at the base of the pole. And this is just basically acupressure spots at the base of the pole to get this muscle to relax. And you can see him. Oh, thank you, sir. There we go. So, all right, look at that. All good. Good morning, Gouda. What's up, buddy? All right, let's get his legs done. Good boy. Oh, Sonny always loves his legs. Getting to, ooh, that was big. So you can see when I'm down here working on the legs like this, I can't see what they're doing up here, right? So if I'm working up here on the withers on his back and he's being pissy like he was earlier, pinning his ears and coming around and showing his teeth and that type of stuff, if I don't correct it then, it wouldn't be safe for me to help him with his legs. It wouldn't be safe for me to do this, because like I showed you a minute ago, if I'm bent down like that working on his shoulders, I can't see if he's pinning his ears and coming around to, oh, good boy, coming around to bite. So it's for his overall benefit that I stop the bad behavior so I can get everything done for him. That's a good boy. That's a good boy, huh? Oh, oh, that's a good boy. Awesome. Hit the like button with a sound? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Good morning, Nicole. Oh, no. I didn't. I'll have to look into how to do that, Gouda. I don't really do a whole lot of like platform specific things. I usually just hit go live and start recording. But TikTok I know has a lot of options, so does YouTube, but I need to spend a little bit of time and get in there to see which of those things I should use, but that's a great idea. Oh, big grunt there. Oh, good boy. Oh. So that was one shoulder and 2 releases in the knee. Oh, and he's gonna go ahead and itch himself while his leg is up here. Hey. Good boy. Hey. Good boy. flies are buzzing around his face, kind of annoying him a little bit. Here, I'll help you. Bring your head over here and I'll help you. There we go. We'll keep him off, huh? That's a good boy. Here, keep your head over here and then I'll help you. Yeah, I can just still stretch the leg with my body while I keep the flies off his face. Oh, good boy. If you guys want to learn how to stretch your horses, just check the link in the description. And that'll take you to my website. Oh, there we go. Releasing that fetlock, which is sporthorsechiropractic.com. And you can learn how to stretch your horses. All right. Let's see if I can get his hind end done for you. Now he's missing a shoe, so he might be a little bit sore back here, but we'll just take it slowly and see what he's comfortable with. And we'll do what he will let us do here. Let's see. Usually he has lots of big releases in his hips. So we'll see what we get here. This is the foot that doesn't have the shoe. Oh. That's all right, buddy. Let's see. Good boy. Let's check this one here. Awesome. Oh, very nice. Little abduction stretch of the hip. That's a good boy. Oh, there's a good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. See, this is how I want my horses to be when I'm working on them. Good boy. See, he's keeping his head down. Ears are forward. No signs of aggression whatsoever, like he was in the beginning. And that's how you want him to be, right? I should be able to come over here and do this type of stuff without him getting pissed off and trying to bite, right? This is what you want in your horses. Good boy. All right, let me move him over a little bit. Good boy. Good boy. Again, this is Sonny. He's a 4-year-old thoroughbred. His plans, or the plans with him, are for him to be a show jumper. Whoop. So here's the issue. He has a shoe that he pulled off of his right foot, which tends to make that foot sore. So I'm picking up his left hind, and because I'm doing that, he has to bear all that weight on that right hind. And if he's sore, he's not gonna let me do it. So I'm gonna try to get this left hind up off the ground and get him adjusted. But if it doesn't work out, no worries. I'll just have I have to let the owner know to get the shoe put back on, and when his foot's not sore, then I'll take care of it. Yeah, it's part of the job. Landmines all over, but they don't bother me. I'd rather step in horse poop than dog poop. All right, let's try this one more time. Come on. Good boy. All right. Oh, good boy. All right, so we're good. Good boy. Oh, there we go. Very good. Oof. I'm not gonna do that one for very long because I'm sure that foot is a little bit sensitive. Oh. All right, let's get his TMJ nice and stretched out here. So I'm looking for them to go into full extension at the pole, which he did just a second ago. There he goes again. I want them to turn their head towards me like this. Oh. And I want to see their lower jaw, that mandible, go equidistant to the left and to the right. And then when I'm in here, I'm just checking the teeth, making sure there's no sharp edges or points. No cracked teeth or anything like that. And that he does the same exact movement to both sides. I'm gonna pop his fly mask on when I'm done with him here. There we go. Just keep the flies off of him. There we go. That's a good boy. All right, so he's about all done. I got another horse to do here, pain in the butt, but he's a cute little guy, so stick around for that. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Thanks for the likes, you guys. It's tough to get the likes on YouTube. I mean, if you've been on for a while and you're enjoying the live, please consider tapping that like button for me. You can tap, you can share, you can do all that stuff. Anything like that is really, really appreciated. Dude. Everybody. So for those of you that don't know, this is a fly mask right here. And the fly mask does exactly what you think it does. It keeps the flies off of his face. And a lot of people will go, why does the horse have a blindfold on? Right? Why are you blindfolding the horse? It's not a blindfold, right? It's hard for us to see into it, but they can see out. See that? You can still see me, right? And you can see out of that pretty easily. But just because we can't see in it, right, when it's on their face, but if I move away, you can see that it's you know, super permeable. You can see through that very easily. So I'm gonna pop this on his head. No, we didn't lose Sonny. He's just over here getting a drink of water, which is a great sign after a horse is adjusted. Anytime they eat or drink or pee or poop or roll or buck, all that stuff is really, 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 really positive. Buddy. Oh, that's small, dude. All right. Well, unfortunately, that fly mask is not his, and it's way too small. Oh, thank you so much, Cindy. You are awesome. Awesome, awesome. I wish more people would do that. Then I could, well, I couldn't quit my job because then I wouldn't have any more lives to do. But yeah, it's pretty cool to get tips and stuff like that. So thank you so much. All right, so we're gonna be all done with Sonny. He was a good boy, huh? A good boy. Unfortunately, that fly mask was too dang small. I might have said that already. But I'll let his owner know that the flies are really bad out here, and hopefully she can come out today and put a new one on him. Ugh, I don't like this. Holy crap. All right, pause. 1 second, guys. Let me get this gate closed up here. There we go. All right. So we are gonna take we're gonna take a little walk. Oh shoot. Hopefully it wasn't lagged out for everybody. We're gonna take a little walk here. We're gonna go find Wally. Now Wally can be a pain in the ass to catch. So, you know, my rule of thumb is I'll take 10 minutes to try to catch the horse. And if I can't catch him, then he's not getting done. But the clients still have to pay because they're paying for the appointment time. And again, just like it's not my job to discipline people's horses, it's not my job to catch them either. And I can't lose an appointment time slot just because your horse won't come. So we'll see. A whole bunch of horses here. This is Allison Caravan's place. If you want to look up her website and look at her services, it's caravanfarms.com. I'll show you the website. It's right here. Caravanfarm.com. We are in Gilbert, Arizona. Wally, I was told, has a sprained ankle, which is not something you hear about with horses very often. So I'm going to take a look at it, but I'm not going to do a whole lot with it, just because if it is sprained, obviously I'm not going to do a whole lot of adjusting on it. You can check out those horses while I pull his file up here. It's going to be a good live day today. I went live this morning, and yeah, that's Wally sitting in the corner over there all by himself right there. That other horse smelling his butt. Let me start this appointment here. Let's see right there. There we go. Sorry, I don't really know what I was saying. Just lost my train of thought. But yeah, if he does have an ankle sprain, I'm not gonna mess with it a whole bunch. But I do want to see if I can help him. And you know, if you guys have an ankle sprain or something like that, and if you hurt yourself, what you'll tend to do is you'll tend to put the weight, all the weight, onto the good side. And then eventually what happens is the good side gets sore, right? Because you're putting a whole lot of pressure and tension on the good side to get off the side that hurts. So as a chiropractor, what I want to do is help you and help your horses maintain, you know, comfort in the rest of the body while you're healing up from whatever injury you're currently dealing with. So people will say, can you help my horse with XYZ condition? And my job isn't to help with that condition. My job is to help maintain whatever your body is capable of doing while you're dealing with that specific issue. Same thing for the horses. I'm trying to find a good mounting spot for my phone while I go chase him down. So there he is in the corner. Let's see what he does when I walk up. Hopefully he'll stay there. Hey, Wally. Hey, buddy. Oh, see, there he goes. There used to be another horse in here with him, and that horse would run away first, and then Wally would follow. Good boy. Good boy. But look at this. Good boy. That's a good boy. Oh, that's a good boy. There we go. That was awesome. Come here, big man. Good boy. Oh yeah, you can see he's lame on that right front for sure. Well, that was super easy. Maybe it was because he's got a bad ankle. But that wasn't normal. Good boy. Sweet. All right, so I'm gonna try to put us in the shade over here. Whoop. There we go. Come here, big man. All right. There we go. Awesome. Right there. Perfect. Perfect. All right, guys. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch over to Instagram. I'm going to go live on Instagram with Wally. I've already done one live on TikTok. And now, of course, we just did the live on YouTube with Sunny. So if you guys can, just switch over to Instagram. It's sport.horse.chiropractic. And I'll get going on him, and hope to see you all over there. Well, that was great. Oh. All right. Close this gate back up and try again. I hope you guys have a great day. Oh. Well, I thought he would stand there for me, but he decided to go for a little stroll. See his friend here. Oh, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Come on. All right, so we will bring him back over here. There we go. Whew. There he is. So we'll get him back over. Yeah, he took off. My phone fell over on the other side of the fence, and he decided to use that moment to get a little jog in. So I'll put him back over here. Awesome. Great to see you guys too. Thanks, Nicole. Again, just hop on over to my Instagram, and you can watch while I work on Wally. Have a great day, everybody.